All right, it's grand finals time. It's time. The grand finals of this week's EPT Cup, number 212 in Europe. And wow, guess who it is spawning in the lower left-hand corner of Alcyone? It's Team Liquid's Clem in another EPT Cup finals. And shockingly, his opponent, I know, you'd never expect it, a finals between these two. In the upper right, it is Storm Gaming's MaxPax. Another Clem MaxPax finals. Honestly, I don't think I'll ever really get tired of them. These finals can be absolutely crazy. It's one of the fun things about these finals is I have seen 3-0s in both directions. We've seen like reverse sweeps. We've seen, super close matches all across. It's hard to predict. Now, Clem has looked basically unstoppable in a lot of ways lately, but I mean, he's not unbeatable, right? MaxPax oftentimes does have his number. A lot of times those Blink Stalkers come in and Clem doesn't have an answer for him. Oh, MaxPax just barely doesn't get the block. The probe will get shoved away. I will always and forever be sad that we don't get MaxPax on LAN at the big events. I hope one day we're able to. But, part of me doesn't think it'll ever happen. Also, I opened a bet for this match. So far, nobody's bet on MaxPax. We gotta get those MaxPax bets in, guys. Can't leave that at 0. I do think Clem overall has the winning record in these finals. These guys have faced each other it's got to be 50 times in the finals at this point. I don't know how many times it is, but it's a lot. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm expecting Blink Stalkers out of MaxPax, and we already have the Twilight Council coming out. I feel like MaxPax is, in general, very strong against Terran, but Clem is just... He's so good. He's so good. Reaper gets a probe. It does fall for it. But it also got a scout off on the base. The depth on the other side of the map being a little bit annoying here, but we'll just run away. And so he sees the Twilight Council, knows that it's going to be a blink opener. Two Adepts gonna poke and prod over here. Clem gonna go for a Widowmine drop. Actually, it's just one Widowmine, huh? So it might be Widowmines and Marines dropping across the map. I think that's probably his game plan. He does have a cheeky Hellion out front as well. Got this Robo on the way for MaxPax. Looks like a third gate. This is pretty standard, so MaxPax... It feels like he's moved away from the 4-gate. I don't know that I've seen him do a 4-gate Blink Stalkers in a long time. It's pretty much always 3-gate Blink Stalkers. I would love to pick a Protoss's mind as to why. It's funny because the last few times I've seen a top Protoss go for 4-gate Blink, they take a third instead of just going all in on it. And it's like, oh, I feel like this doesn't make sense. I feel like the 3-gate Blink should be with the expansion because you're saving that extra money for it. And the 4-gate Blink should be all in. But I feel like there's this reverse psychology thing that happens sometimes. MaxPax has a pylon here to stop this drop, but it doesn't quite see the medevac. He does have some Stalkers nearby. Looks like in the meantime, a few SCVs have gone down. But MaxPax is moving across the map. This little drop could end up getting a lot of damage done if MaxPax brings everything across, but he's leaving the 3 Stalkers behind. He must have spotted a drop moving out, or just to be expecting this drop to move out. Stalkers get picked up as the tank pushes them away. And here comes the drop. 3 Stalkers do blink over. They nearly kill the medevac, but it does stay alive. Blink not quite off cooldown to save that 1 Stalker. He blinks forward, gets the medevac. He will clean this up at the expense of 1 or 2 more Stalkers here. MaxPax holds on back at home. He does take that third base, though, so his third base is almost done. Doesn't really get any damage done over here. If we take a look at the trades, slightly in favor of MaxPax after cleaning that up, but pretty even across the board. Clem, though, does not have a third CC. There's no third command center even begun for Clem as MaxPax finishes up. Going to drop down the Forge startup charge, and MaxPax is teching into the next phase. It's going to be pretty crucial because Stim combat shields and +1 are all on the way here for Clem. There's the third command center. We have ourselves a bit of a macro game. I do feel like as this game goes longer, it's going to start to enter Clem's stage of the game, which is going to be him being able to put on pressure in multiple locations, having a big army. That's going to be a lot scarier to MaxPax. I love that Clem just focused on the observer that he scanned for instead of just auto-attacking into the Stalkers. It's an important move there. MaxPax just zoning with the Stalkers right now. Seeing if he can pick anything off or maybe just delay a third base for a little bit. In the meantime, 6 more gates going down for MaxPax as he's teching up into the Robo Bay. The Clem stim is done. He's ready to push out. Does not have concussive shells just yet, so these Stalkers not going to be in as much danger against the Stim Bio. The lack of medevacs here for Clem is very painful. Got 2 coming across right now, but losing a couple extra units here that didn't need to die. Tanks running out front. A few Marines or Marauders getting targeted down, but some auto turrets come in here for Clem to help set up this position up on the high ground as he sieges up the tanks on the low ground. Clem, he is committing to this push. I thought for sure he was just pushing him away to get the third base down, but no, he's going to take down the super shield battery. Charge lots coming in from the left. There's the big stim. Some charge lots from the back as well. The Widow Mines going off on a lot of them. The tanks will get gunned down here, but the bio is standing strong as all the Zealots and Stalkers have fallen. 1 tank left alive just to start gunning down those Immortals. Ooh, Clem lifts up into the medevac. I think that might have been a mistake, but he is going to keep this pressure on. Clem is 20 army supply above MaxPax. MaxPax's +1 is about to finish to equalize those upgrades for now. Clem picks up to head towards the main. Ooh, but he decides against it. I feel like he had a clear path there, and now MaxPax's Stalker is going to come down and see that this army is dropping back into this position. And the first Colossus is out. That's going to help MaxPax hold on here, even as Clem has some reinforcements coming in. Thermal Lance is only just started, though, so it's going to be a while before that Colossus has the range it really needs. And at the same time, Clem's moving over towards this 4th base attempt, but I think he could just force a cancel on it. Going to take down the pylon, going to target it down. MaxPax will have to cancel that base. Oh, that Widowmine ended up splash damaging on the Stalkers, even. Some Zealots running in for a counterattack. There's a bunker here, but it's empty. The Zealots are running around, but it looks like Clem has enough reinforcements not to take really much damage at all. And at the same time, there's a Widowmine drop going to be attempted here in the natural. Clem is pulling back, but MaxPax trying to put some pressure onto the army. He's got a Warp Prism heading towards the natural. Things are getting exciting here. Here comes the Widowmine drop coming into the natural base right now. MaxPax is pulling back. I don't think he's watching it. Oh, no. Oh, and he just taps out, not feeling like he can keep this going. Feels like a surprising end to the game there, but Clem was just had so much pressure on, and he was doing lots of damage, taking slight lead after slight lead, and it just got to the tipping point where MaxPax felt like there's no shot he can stay in that game anymore. And so he did not attempt to stay in that game anymore. He just tapped right on out. He said, let's go to game 2. And now we're getting to equilibrium in game 2. Sometimes the games end anticlimactically. Equilibrium's going to be an interesting map. So MaxPax in game 1, not committing to the Blink Stalkers, deciding instead to go for the third base. See if that ends up being the right decision here. I mean, clearly in that game, Clem able to work with it. And that's kind of what I expect is like the early game, it feels like belongs to MaxPax a lot of times. Clem does have some cheeky early game attacks that he can do. He's got some very strong early game pressure, but the danger for Terran in particular, I think, is that if you commit to like early game like Cyclones or like those Cyclone Marine pushes, even like tank pushes early on, it delays a lot of your important tech. Stim, combat shields, upgrades, third bases, etc. And it can maybe put you in a good spot initially or maybe not, and then you're just kind of screwed later on. Whereas in that game, Clem really focused on getting that strong mid-game presence going. And as long as he's able to defend the early game, which he was, he's in a great spot for the follow-up pressure. That multi-prong, like we were talking about, so difficult to deal with. He's one of the best in the world at it. And I imagine we'll see some more of that in this game. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Equilibrium, we have Team Liquid's Clem. And his opponent in the upper right for Sidestorm Gaming, it's the Red Protoss, MaxPax. See somebody asking why we have a 2-minute delay on chat. There's a 2-minute delay for the EPT Cups. This is pretty standard for a lot of competitions broadcast on Twitch. Having a like 90-second or 2-minute delay. It's for competitive integrity. So because this is an open cup, anybody can sign up. And that means that, you know, you might have a lot of, especially the earlier stages of the bracket, a lot of unknowns signing up that could use a stream like mine to cheat in a game. So the delay makes it just impossible to cheat, really. Anything, I mean, other than like if somebody went for a 1-base Dark Shrine or something and I said it immediately, you could maybe use something like that. But for the most part, it's not going to be relevant. And then for these guys at this level of play, there's already so much they focus on during the game. Obviously, we also trust the top players not to cheat. But like, it would be basically impossible to actually cheat and have anything be useful at all at the level of play these guys are at. But yeah, the 2-minute delay is just for competitive integrity. Just to make sure nobody can be like, well, they were stream cheating, clearly. It's an important factor in tournaments. Sometimes you'll see no delay on tournaments with, again, like with just specific players that we have more trust in. It's not really worth the top player stream cheating. Again, it'd be so useless like 95% of the time. Like, Clem's gonna scout this Twilight Council anyways. You know, like stream cheating to figure out that it's a Twilight Council opener is just not worth it when your Reaper can just get in and do it every game. And also, what if you're listening to a bad caster? I'm not the best caster in the world. Somebody had my stream on to try to cheat. I could just miss something. That happens to me all the time. You know how many times I'll be casting like play-by-play, or maybe just not even casting at all, just like talking story about other things, Mortal Kombat. And I'll just miss like a Spire, and then I'll get surprised when 6 mutas are in the production tab. Be so useless. You're trying to like stream cheat, and the person you're listening to isn't even calling out the things. I'm not the only caster that happens to either. That's a thing, man. We can't see it all. We do our best, but sometimes things just get missed. Oh, Maxi Paxi. That's cheeky. A nice little gold base third. I guess it's not that cheeky. It's not that far away from being a normal third base. And with the rush distance here on this map, it's like, it's not super accessible by the opponent. We have a Widow Mine drop going off. Second Widow Mine going to hit to the natural. Looks like it'll probably only be a couple of probes, though. Ooh, Clem picks it back up. He's going to do the Beyond, maybe, and keep it off to the side. He checks if there's a third. He sees the pylon, but no third base. We'll see if he surmises that this one exists. Blink is done for these stalkers. Of course, MaxPax with his third base finishing up. He's not gonna do anything crazy with it, but got a Forge to follow this up. I mean, I say he's not gonna do anything crazy with it, but maybe he is just gonna all-in Blink stalkers with the power of the gold base. The Raven here for Clem can be nice. Potentially see this Observer. Clem pulling the tank back to slightly more safe position. He's got one in the main as well. Observer checking out what's going on. It is charge behind this for MaxPax. Charge of +1. Another tank up in the main, so the stalkers will blink away. There's the Robo Bay. MaxPax just Tekken like it's a normal game. Tekken, that's a different fighting game. We were talking about Mortal Kombat. Ha. I'm a funny guy. I'm a funny guy. Speaking of fighting games, Clem is getting set up to smash his opponent, to smash his brother, you might say. With that Stim Combat Shield and +1 timing once again. No third CC just yet. But we'll keep an eye out for that in the near future. Starting up. Feels like a very similar build to last game for Clem. MaxPax starting up his first Colossus. The Observer gets pushed away, but doesn't die. And Clem's getting ready to push out right now. I mean, there's no third CC. Maybe he's going to pull the boys with this one. First Colossus is about halfway done. Thermal Lens very far away from being done. Look, he's trying to catch these stalkers. Not going to happen. Medivacs are boosting across now to help out in this fight. He's going to stim the first few units forward. MaxPax just going to be forced to retreat. Oh, but the War Prison gets into the main base. Zealots getting dropped down is going to delay Clem's push. The third command center also going to get delayed a little bit here, it looks like. Actually, you know what? That SCV stays alive. Never mind. And Clem's going to push anyways, only bringing one medevac full of units back home. But there's so many charge lots here for MaxPax. Oh, I don't think Clem can fight this right now. Both players have +1. There's just a million Zealots. Stalkers blink forward. They're going to get the medevac kill, which means no healing for Clem. I think Clem needs to back up, dude. I don't know. This feels super dangerous to me. He's going to walk in here. He's going to get pinned against the wall. He's not watching. Clem stimming super late. Oh, and the Prism back in the main base pulling his attention. Clem getting caught completely off guard there and uncharacteristically not looking everywhere at once all the time. And MaxPax takes game number 2. Good to see. It's good to see a close match here. All right. Getting ready for game number 3. We're going to Oceanborn. Oh, I am yawning. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me for yawning at you. Appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for hanging out today in chat, or if you're watching this in the YouTube video later on this week. I appreciate that as well. I hope you guys will consider hitting the follow and subscribe buttons, because I cast many matches of StarCraft every week. And if you enjoy, then there will be more. And if you don't enjoy, well, there's plenty of other casters that you probably would enjoy better. In fact, most of them are casting this match right now. It's definitely better casters than me. Roddy, Tomiga, Steadfast. Those are the pros. This is the amateur hour stream over here. If you're looking for low level, slightly goofier casting, pretty sure I'm your guy for the most part. I like to think this is the slightly goofier stream for the finals. Not like too goofy, you know? We're not out here like, yo, hook. But like slightly goofy, you know? Just like a little bit of gorsh going on occasionally. As we get into game 3 on Oceanborn, spawning in the lower right-hand corner, we have Team Liquid's Clem. His opponent in the upper left, it is Psystorm's MaxPax. Glad to see we have a competitive match here. Felt like Clem was really handling game 1, but game 2, it felt like it was all MaxPax. That's kind of funny. It feels like whoever gets that advantage early on ends up just holding on to it. The gold base for MaxPax really helping him get into such a heavy amount of charge lots. Of course, at the end of the day, Clem not seeing that fight happen at the start and being late to respond is why the game ended. But would he have been able to take a good fight there even if he had been paying full attention? I think MaxPax's army was better. So I feel like, you know, still would have been a struggle for Clem. MaxPax lost his probe. Oh my god. Uncharacteristic mistake there for MaxPax the start of this game. Usually very careful with his probes. Clem getting the better of him with the 2 SCVs. And ooh, cheeky boy Clem. You know what? This pylon wasn't done yet when Clem walked by either. Which means it didn't have full vision. So Clem, I think he might have snuck by completely unseen. I don't think MaxPax knows this is here. The Reaper's going to dive in. Now the Reaper can distract the Adept. Well, the SCV finishes up this barracks. Get the Reaper turn around. And the timing is just impeccable. And now MaxPax is like, oh, you built a bunker, you loser.
The firstborn shall persevere.
The firstborn shall persevere, but in the meantime, MaxPax can't mine from this base, so Reaper even jumping out to damage a probe. Oh, he gets a probe, gets back in the bunker. The Adept on the other side of the map going to try to get some damage done here. Look at the SCV running away from him. Just trying to buy time. What a baller SCV. Does finally bite the dust. And it's double Cyclones out of Clem. It's just when you thought Clem was playing nothing but pure standard macro. Double Cyclone. SCV comes out to try to heal this up. Ooh, almost dead, but it stays alive just a little bit longer. Down it goes. But the 2 Cyclones are popping. Clem should be able to head across the map with them. It looks like this Reaper's going to have to evacuate so the bunker can get salvaged. He'll get 75 of those minerals back. That sounds overpowered to me. MaxPax does have the shield battery up in the natural. It's pretty low on juice right now, though. The Reaper goes down. The Cyclones are about to show up. And it's a double Widowmine follow-up here for Clem. So Widowmine drop. Uh-oh. MaxPax losing one of the Stalkers here to try to jump on these Cyclones. Looks like one Cyclone will get jumped on. The other one is also going to fall. Damage spread over a lot of these units here. But the Cyclones both get taken down. MaxPax trades a Stalker for them, but I think that's well worth it. It's time for the medevac drop to come in here. Let's see if MaxPax is paying attention. Oh, he is, but not much. Pulls away at the last second. Only 2 probes going down. Looks like the medevac might bite the dust here. Stalkers blink away. I like that Stalker shooting straight down. And the Widowmines get cleaned up at the same time. MaxPax pushing across the map with some blink Stalkers. He's going to get into the main. Take down this supply depot. Raven takes some damage, but with the 2 tanks sieged up, MaxPax should get pushed back here shortly. Looks like he's going to kill the gas, though. Pick off a couple Marines. Just being annoying with all this. In the meantime, taking a 3rd base. Oh, and that's a Dark Shrine. Oh, I was not expecting the Dark Shrine on the production tab. That was not scattered at all by Clem. Clem does have a Raven, but if that Raven gets picked off, I don't know, dude. Could be dicey. Could be dicey. There's a lot of Stalkers from MaxPax as well. And he's going to blink back up into the main base. He's thinking about jumping on top of this siege tank, and he's absolutely going to do it. He's going to grab it. Ooh. I feel like he needs to focus on this Raven, but right now he's just focused on picking up, microing backwards. Down goes the Raven. He's going to go for the recall, but he's going to lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more Stalkers before that recall completes. Oh my god. Only 3 Stalkers getting out of there. He could have picked a few up in the prison before recalling, but now the DTs are coming in, and a mule just landed. Oh, there's no energy. There's no energy. Clem, he's going to start to lose a bunch of SCVs. 8, 9, 10 workers going down. And this might just be game ending. MaxPax, he's way down in army supply, but he is getting huge damage done here as these turrets are being attempted. Finally, 1 scan. The tank almost friendly firing a bunch more SCVs there, but the other scan is still so far away. 30 energy just now on this base. Oh, these DTs. They're going to try to split as well. The turret here is going to save the day on the low ground. 15 SCVs have gone down. Combat shields will finish, thankfully, for Clem. Did he cancel stim, though? Oh, my God. He denied stim. And finally, it gets taken down. But, I mean, this is just insane damage here from MaxPax. 15 SCVs. He canceled stim. He killed 2 tech labs. He forced, like, a bunch of turrets that were canceled. I think he killed even, like, a couple Marines, too. It's just insane amounts of damage here coming out of MaxPax, putting him in what feels like an unlosable situation. The one thing Clem has going for him is he is up a lot of army right now. And that's a problem for MaxPax. I think MaxPax needs to just get as many units out as he can to fight against whatever is coming his way. This is nice for Clem. He's got a double drop coming in. If Clem can start getting damage done and keep the pressure on the MaxPax, things can get real spicy. MaxPax does not have a recall available. the probes. Got to run away, but already 8-9 probes going down. This double drop doing a fantastic job as pylons are starting to get picked off. Stalkers are warping in, as are some zealots, but I don't know if it's quite enough. It looks like Clem's going to play it safe and pick up and escape, but he kills 3 pylons, kills 9 workers. And what felt like game-ending damage from MaxPax, Clem is showing that maybe it's not quite the end of the game yet. Still has some fight in him. He's also got +1 finished up. And MaxPax's +1 only just started. Stim's about to complete for Clem, finally. He's going to move across. He's got a lot of Widow Mines here. The first Colossus is on its way, but it's not here just yet. MaxPax, I think he really needs that to be able to fight against this army. And I love that Clem's dropping out over here. I think he's going to join these forces up and try to hit at the same time. Stalker's going to pick off a Widow Mine, pick off a couple of Marines here. Nice focus fire from MaxPax. But Clem is still here. He's up 20 army supply. Colossus is not out yet. Some force fields go down. Nice hot pickup out of Clem to pull back. Super shield battery, though, going to keep these units alive for a lot longer. That's going to buy time for the Colossus to come out, as well as some more Stalkers to get warped in here. The shield battery doesn't get taken down. Clem stops focusing it, and it does a bunch of extra healing. Now the tank falls. The Widow Mine's going to kill a lot of these Zealots, but Clem is pushed backwards. Clem does not have a third, guys. He needs to get some damage done here. He's down a lot of workers. His economy is not in a great spot. He's going to lift up, go for a double drop in the main base, but it looks like MaxPax is thinking about that. He's going to send a few Stalkers into the main base, keep most of his army down here in the low ground. I can't believe this shield battery stayed alive and healed up a bunch more units in that fight. Clem, I think, making a big mistake there. I like this move from Clem, though. He's thinking about dropping in both locations, but he ends up just pulling everything back to the front. But with 2 Colossi here, Thermal Lens is about to complete. Super Shield Battery turns on again, and it feels like MaxPax just has way too much here. With the Widow Mines going off, Clem might be able to stick around a little bit longer, but that army supply is no longer hugely in favor of the Terran. The Marauders trying to push forward. The Immortals are dead, but GG gets called as MaxPax holds that attack from Clem. Clem doing the only thing he really could after losing that many workers with no third command center started. He just went for it, man. And he had a big chance there, but MaxPax holding on beautifully against that counter pressure out of Clem. And now MaxPax is on match point. GG. God damn. Also, I don't think I've seen DTs used that well against Terran in a long time. And like against Clem, man, that's incredibly impressive. What a god indeed. Oh, we are in the wrong lobby. Right. Now we will all get into the right lobby. It's funny when everybody joins a lobby and we're all like getting in, we're all filtering in, and then the players leave and we're like, oh, and we just start leaving and waiting for the game to let us join the next lobby. It's a fun little back and forth we have. All right. Players are ready. We're going to get into game 4. We're going to Hecate. Is the correct lobby. Here we go. We're loading in. It's been a great series so far. Really enjoying it. Hope you guys are as well. I mean, you can't really go wrong with Clem versus MaxPax. It's no Taylor Swift, you know, but it's pretty good. It's pretty close. Got to hang out with Clem a little bit at DreamHack Atlanta. Hope to see him at Dallas as well. He's so sweet. I mean, really, all of the players are just like very kind people in general. I think StarCraft is, for the most part, filtered out a lot of the not so kind individuals over the years, but I mean, what a sweetheart. Spawning in the lower left-hand corner, the DreamHack Atlanta champion. It is Team Liquid's Clem. But he is now down 1-2 against his Protoss opponent, his nemesis, some might say, specifically in these EPT Cups. It is Psystorm Gaming's MaxPax. MaxPax looking to pick up his 67th Open Cup win. Clem looking for his 85th, which would put him one step closer to that 2-to-1 ratio of wins to losses in the finals. Of like the top 10 players, Clem has the best or one of the best win-loss ratios. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, Zest, before he left us, and hopefully he'll come back, Zest was 44-22. So Zest did have a 2-to-1 ratio of wins to losses. If he got to the finals, he had a very good chance of winning. Clem is close to that. He's 84-44. If Clem can get up to 88-44, I believe he can do it. Now that I'm looking at these results, though, it looks like the best ratio of wins to losses in the finals, at least of like the top 20, but I think except for some of the players who might have like 1 win and 0 losses, obviously that's going to be the best. Stats, 13-4 in finals. If he made it to the finals, he won 13 and he lost 4. That's an excellent ratio. I don't think anybody else is really close to that. Again, other than the people who are 1-0, which I'm just going to list these 1-0 players. We're at the start of this game. Not much is happening right now. Bunny, Hero, capital H Hero, Liquid's Hero. I didn't even know he played in any of these, let alone he won one and didn't get to the finals any other time. Keen won the only finals he was ever in. SOS won the only finals he was ever in. Aquaron won that finals. I remember casting that finals, actually. And then Cyril also won his only finals appearance, his only Open Cup appearance. Cyril has the best win ratio of any Open Cup participant because he's played in one and he won it. I remember casting that one as well. He took down Clem, I think, in the grand finals. Now, MaxPax is being very annoying here. He's lost the Zealot. He hasn't killed any of the SCVs, but he's delayed this command center a lot. 2 Hellions coming out now for Clem to clean this up. As one SCV did finally fall, but the other one will finish up the command center, and it's a double Widowmine follow-up here for Clem. So MaxPax doing his signature being annoying at the start of the game. Well, Clem can't even jump up there, it looks like. I like that MaxPax just went for the full wall. He's just not even messing around with this. And at the same time, an Adept comes in over here, gets 2 SCV kills, or gets 1 SCV kill, I guess. Gonna grab a Marine as well. Escapes the Widowmine shots. Oh, but the Hellions and Reaper got in. They're gonna get 2 probe kills. 3. Gets the 3rd. Oh, he gets a 4th. Gets a 4th and the Reaper grenade. I love the Reaper grenade right as the Reaper dies. It's like, screw you guys. Just gets one more little bit of damage done before it leaves this plane of existence. This Adept is still being annoying. Widowmine's finally zoning it away for now, but 3 Stalkers trying to catch the Widowmine drop. Looks like they will not quite catch it. The Warp Prism spots it, though. This Blink's about to finish, and this is another 3-gate robo, and Clem just leaves. Oh, no. I think seeing the Warp Prism, he realized that it was like a 3-gate Blink from MaxPax, and he just didn't have anything back at home. And just the most anticlimactic way to end the series. MaxPax wins it because Clem wasn't ready for his attack. And that annoying opening out of MaxPax doing just enough damage, killing some of those Marines. I mean, what a series from MaxPax, dude. What a series. GG.